Whoa, welcome back to Geekshow Helpdesk.
Guess
Hey,
what?
guys.
Guess what? Tonight's
A
the
good
night.
day.
Tonight's the night. We've met our goal. Tonight's the night.
Sing the song.
Bonus content coming our way. Like, this show's great and all, but boy, am I excited for the in-between this week.
Owen, this story better live up to the hype, and if it
I'm
doesn't,
already sweating.
we're gonna
I'm
come
already
down on you, man. Not in a
already
good way
sweating.
either.
Oh,
This
not
in-between,
not
have
the
it be a
good
good
way?
story or bad story. It's gonna be great. It's all good content.
Yeah, even if it's just me crying the whole time because it's not so good, and you guys are like, "That was it."
We're going to find out in between.
We
For
are.
any Patreon backers, they'll get that as well. All right, this is a Geek Show Helpdesk where we talk about tech, gadgets, and science-related things. Let's introduce our panelists. Kicking it off first, we have our Nevada correspondent. It's Uncle Squinky.
Well, hello there.
Welcome.
I'm
All the way from the slightly more west of us.
That's it. All the way from Fernley, Nevada, coming to spend a few days with Tony and go to my niece's high school graduation this week.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
I thought I was all done with that, 15 years ago, but boom, something happened.
That's how it goes. All right. Hey, it's Lando Caucasian. Welcome.
Hey, I'm the founder of the in-between, Tony. Get my title right. I'm gonna have
Oh, my
AI
goodness.
make that little logo, by the way, the in-between. Yeah,
All right.
I'm Lando. I do Lando things. I bring the good Lando energy. I'm excited to be here. I'm happy all around. Yeah, good times with my good friends.
All
Let's
right.
go.
And here we go. The guy who's going to give us a story in the in-between. It's O-Dog.
Hey, super stressed out about that. So you get to feel that. You will. I can guarantee you one thing at the very least. You're gonna feel through your ear holes.
The cringe.
Anxiety.
Ooh.
You will feel my nervous energy so viscerally that you will have to pause and be like, I need a minute before you come back to the story. But yeah, you'll find this story probably, I've told this story 2 other places, and so it has been heard. It's not new. It's just
All right.
not great.
Well, we'll get to that in the in-between.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Jaren.
Hey, I'm Jaren, and Owen, I just noticed your little tagline here. You got to have some nerve to put that down right
don't know
after
what
Wheel of Time was canceled.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You take that down right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my! You're smiling now. I see your dimples through your
those
beard.
are just natural. Those are just I'm stressed out from the story, Jared.
Owen,
it has
too
nothing
soon.
to do.
Too soon.
I don't think it can be. And I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
Maybe
The
the
wheel
wheel
is
on his
broken.
car is broken.
The wheel is broken because they canceled freaking
Amazon
Wheel of Time.
canceled it. Jerks.
I knew it.
Oh, there's the laugh. There's the laugh.
Oh man, I hate you
Hurts.
today.
It
I
hurts.
hate you.
The fans have spoken.
No, the executives have spoken.
Yeah.
What same thing?
Hey guys.
executive want
Guess
our
what?
money.
Guess what?
And we have a host. His name's Tony.
Oh, hey, that's me. Check me out on Blue Sky at Quad T or on other Geek Show podcasts. All right. Before we go any further, the highlight of every episode. Do we have any emails?
Yeah.
All right.
We do have emails. Here we go. About to read
Here they come.
some emails.
Here are
Moments.
the
We
You
are
emails.
need to learn how to vamp
moments-
better, for sure.
All right.
Jaron, pause.
Moments away.
Howdy, help Sesk orators.
I think he means help desk orators.
It says Sesk.
I
I
know.
don't think you should pick on
The
them.
S
They
is
wrote
right
in.
next to the D on the keyboard, though. So
Yeah.
Howdy, help Seskorators. Well, I saw he already typed a D earlier, so I
Maybe-
assume he knows
maybe
how
he's
to type
talking
a D.
Maybe he's talking
saying.
about Landon.
I have been toying with the idea of getting a smoker. However, I am not a huge fan of single-use appliances, and my grill is 100 years old. What do you think of something like this? And he links to a Ninja Kitchen Flex Flame
5-in-1
outdoor cooking
unit.
system. Yes. And he goes on to say, I like the Ninja brand and have many of their appliances, but this is a big investment. There are only 2 of us, so normal use, it should be fine for us as I don't often have guests. Normally, the jack of all trades, master of none applies, but I like the idea of having one item, so multiple things, and the only real downside I can come up with is not being able to use it for grilling if I am smoking something. What are your thoughts?
Which one did he
Daniel.
link to? The big one, the propane
The big one. The
5
big
in
propane.
1.
It's the
yeah.
5-in-1.
$1,300.
Yeah,
it's
that's
out
the
of
one.
stock.
So at $1,300, you're approaching mid to high end smoker territory, pellet smoker territory anyway. So
Yeah. I
So
was
you're-
going to say, once you start combining a bunch of stuff, you lose effectiveness in one thing to get a broad spectrum. But when you're at $1,300 for the big boy, they put their R&D into it to make it work like it's supposed to.
yeah, I think this one has like a small pellet hopper that it just kind of smolders the pellets with, if I remember correctly, and uses propane for the heat source.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. The main thing I would suggest is check out some reviews. Check out some reviews on YouTube. I guarantee there's a dozen or more YouTube smoker channels that have probably reviewed this before. So
Tony, I have a question.
when
I have a
I'm-
question for the smoker in the house.
yes,
Can you grill on a smoker? Is that a thing you can do with your smoker?
you
Or
can.
is that not a thing?
But it's not as good for most pellet smokers because most pellet smokers take
It's indirect.
well, you can remove metal plates to make it more direct, but even then you're waiting a minute for it to get up to 500 degrees to get a good sear. And honestly, a lot of the smokers really aren't built to take that kind of heat very often, and you end up warping some of the panels and stuff like that. So there are some that are purposefully built to be able to do that as well, but for
Isn't
the
like
most
the
part,
egg,
it's
isn't the
not.
the green egg? Some of them are made that way.
Well, the big
my-
green egg,
my-
you can just throw a bunch of charcoal in there
Right.
and
Yeah,
get
so
a
that's what I
grill
did.
going.
So that's what I do with my
Yeah.
drum smoker, right? Like I just filled the basket with charcoal and just
Right.
used one of the, since I'm using barbecue grills anyway for my meat trays, I would just do that and then grill on it. But yeah, it's hard to get it up to temp with those smoker specific designs.
Yep,
Mhm.
I've tried a few times on mine, and it's never worked that good.
So, Mr. Tony,
would
do you have a
agree.
smoker and a grill? And you use grill
No,
to
I
sear?
just have a smoker. I don't have a grill.
I have both, but I haven't used my propane smoker in a couple of years now. Because I
there
just
you go.
smoke everything and go from there.
You mean your propane grill?
Yeah, that's what I said. I haven't used my grill.
Because that's right. You
propane
don't
grill.
have to
Yeah.
you don't have to sear on it with a smoker. You get the
Mm.
crust
You're-
over time.
You ever done smoked burgers? Is that a thing? Can you
Yeah.
smoke?
Yeah, they turn out pretty
can.
good. Yeah.
Oh, is it? How long does a burger take to cook in a smoker?
Well,
If you
how
wanted-
hot do you make your smoker?
Yeah,
know.
you'd have to
I
look
could set it to
online at
whatever
some
you want, right?
recipes.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of recipes for it. But I say if you got the money to throw down on this, go for it. I think it looks
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Looks
But
pretty cool.
absolutely check some reviews first.
Yeah, 100%.
Independent reviews.
Read some
Inde-
reviews.
Yep.
This is the only
Alright.
way I would get a smoker is if I got a combined thing like this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, we have one more email. Thanks, Daniel. Email from Alex Thompson. You guys will understand who this person is once I start reading. Subject line: What are you when not the MVP? Dear best podcasters and Lambo.
Yeah.
It appears my email last week caused some dissent with the shorter individuals of the cast. Though I know accountants have no souls or emotions, you're 100% correct.
Don't.
Not
So I'm
wrong.
confused at the resentment. I would like to take a minute to acknowledge that despite short in stature, Jason is large in our heart. You're still a needed member of the cast and glad you're there. Continuing on.
Oh, that was nice. There
I
you
don't
go.
think because I don't think we've seen angry little Jason
We saw him last week. That's
in a
for
few
sure.
we did.
for a few years. I think it's been
Petulant
it's
little
been a
Jason.
minute.
He comes out once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Mostly after a little bit of prodding by yours truly.
Yeah,
But,
especially if you go after Uncharted or Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
lack
Lord of
of
the
sleep
Rings,
also
right?
helps,
Because
too.
Yep.
I mean, Lord of the Rings kind of overrated, but like, you go after it and he gets kind of.
Is it books or the movie?
I mean, just in general.
both.
Whatever
I'd
offends
say
you
both.
more. Whatever triggers you more.
Okay.
The last 3 Star Wars movies also hot garbage. I don't know what you.
We can move along. We got little Jason angry last week. We
No,
can-
sorry.
we
We
can't go
can-
for 2 in a row.
He's
Tony?
already upset about the
maybe
Wheel of
maybe
Time
with
thing.
another topic. All right. Thanks for writing in. Very good stuff. We appreciate that. If you do want to write in, it's geekshowhelpdesk@gmail.com if you'd feel like writing in anything.
Please.
All right. All right. Let us dive into the stories. What do we got going on this week? Of course, Jaron has a story about vacuums. Floor cleaning devices are his jam.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they be? They're freaking amazing.
So tell us what Dyson has for us now.
Dyson,
Dyson.
has a new vacuum called the PencilVac. It's about that thick the entire way through.
What?
Careful there, danger zone. That motion on camera is real dangerous.
What are you talking about?
How thick?
It's about that thick the entire way through.
Oh, double-ended.
So like, put your fingers around, form a circle with your thumb, and then just like put your hands together, and like it's that thick the entire way.
Are you
see,
demonstrating
Jaron-
the middle out algorithm for us?
Yeah.
Is that what?
But like also, you can't really use your hands for scale, Jaron.
They are small.
small.
What?
Hands.
No,
So
they're,
tell us
I
about
do
the
what you-
vacuum.
they're perfectly proportional hands to my body.
I know.
Right.
makes
Is
them
there
kind
any
of
But not to
small.
mine.
Yeah, I'm
Like I
fine
can't
with
make
that.
the same circle. And
If I
have
look
the same
proportional,
size.
that's okay.
Oh.
People will think, oh, it's a miniaturized version of a human.
A
Only when they get close.
homunculus.
From far away, it's like, oh, yeah, that
That's a
looks
people.
okay.
That's a people. He's probably 6 feet, 6.5.
Homunculus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Homunculus.
it's like going into a house that's just slightly smaller everywhere. You don't really notice it.
I would.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you what I do. I do.
Oh. Okay.
Tell us about the stupid vacuum, Jaron.
Yeah, tell us about the vacuum.
Now
What's a
thing
pen-
is stupid
what's
about
a-
this vacuum.
What's a pencil vacuum?
It's got
Come
the
on.
Dyson name
Sounds
on
made
it.
up.
Dude, Dyson vacuums are the shiz.
Yeah.
No, I disagree 1,000%. I will tell you why right now.
Have you ever
I
owned
think
one?
they do not suck. In fact, they blow.
Have
Have
you
you
ever
ever-
owned one?
I have been through like 3 of these the stupid regular Dyson vacuums, and none of them hold up. And their designs suck. Like their designs are so piss poor stupid. Like you pick the damn thing up, and it's like,
Are
nope,
you talking?
it drops down.
Are
Right?
you
I have
talk-
the original corded one, right? You pick it up and flop. Pick it up, flop. I'm like, who designed this stupid thing? And now I have the stupid stick one, the big thing up there. It gets clogged all the damn time. Oh, I hate this vacuum. I paid so damn much money for it too.
I don't have a single problem with either
Yeah.
of the Dyson
Yeah, neither do
vacuums
I.
I own.
I've
had
had
They're
mine for
great.
years, and
Multiple.
they're
And
great.
Not only
independent
that,
reviews
not only
also
that, they're like
don't agree
Nike.
with you.
You're paying like $300 extra for the damn name.
I feel like
you push
there's
my
a there's a common denominator in your problems.
It's you.
Seems to be
And it's you.
Yeah.
User error.
You know what? Some listeners
Oh,
gonna
that
ride
should
in and
be
back
your.
me up. It's fine.
No, that should be your sign off. Hate Dyson? Well, you might not be the only one. Be an end user.
It's horrible.
You nailed it. You did the
Doing
thing.
Owen's
Yeah.
doing your job
Okay,
for
I'm
you.
sorry.
Anyway, all right.
Jared,
so
I'll shut up now. Go ahead.
the PencilVac is just like one giant shaft. All right. And what?
Nothing.
Just
Keep
continue.
going.
Just
keep
you need
going.
to roll through this. Just
And
roll through it.
the battery is in this shaft, the motor is in this shaft, and the dustbin is in this shaft, all in one giant shaft.
How big can the dustbin be
That
if
sounds
it's
like
in
a
the
really
shaft?
small dustbin.
This is what
This is for. This is
I'm-
for
I'm
a
curious
single,
about the
this is
dustbin.
for
I must admit, but
this
they
is a-
say
this
that
is for a
they're
tiny home. This is for a
they're-
tiny
broke
home.
my dustbin on my Dyson twice. I'll
they
have
say
ne-
that their
not broken
technology
a single one.
compresses the dust.
bull crap.
So it comes out in like little billets, like you have
I
like a
think-
trash compactor in
Don't
there.
don't laugh at the messenger here. I'm just
Like
repeating
after
what
an
they're
owl
saying.
eats a mouse, that kind of pellet kind of thing.
I'm afraid that we have just witnessed Dyson jumping the shark.
Hey, given their good track record, I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt
Okay.
try
until I
it?
see reviews.
I will. I will as well.
How much do you think
Yes.
it cost me? $300, $500, $600, $700, $800?
It weighs 4 pounds, the entire thing, and they have a new type of motor in there. It's only for hard floor. It's not for carpet. So
Oh,
Temper your
Good
expectations.
point.
This makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
I would absolutely buy this. My entire floor is hard floor.
Well, you have hardwood floors.
I do too. I would not buy this.
They claim it holds 0.4 liters of stuff once it's compressed. So
I just
We'll
the
see.
line here where it says what makes the PencilVac different from existing vacuum cleaner is the fact
a
that
pencil.
it's basically all shaft. Like Engadget knew what they were doing when
So
they were
what you're saying, Dyson wants to give you the shaft?
they want to give you all
crap.
shaft.
They want you
Hey.
to buy the shaft.
I would be happy to accept this shaft.
Aw.
So the
Phrasing?
interesting part about
still
this,
doing
other
phrasing?
than
Still
it
doing
just
that?
being one giant shaft, is the brush head at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
It's a new design. It's conical shaped, so the larger end of the cone, there's two cones together. Wow, stupid camera. And the larger end of the cone is towards the middle, and the smaller end of the cone is towards the outside. And so they're saying that hair cannot get tangled on this brush, which is literally the most annoying thing about vacuums. And so there's 4 cones altogether, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And
What
hair.
are they calling them?
I don't know.
They were
When
cones.
Fluffy cones.
fluffy cones. Okay. So when hair gets wraps around it, since it's conical shaped, the hair will slowly
Just
go
falls
towards
off.
the
Oh,
smaller
yeah.
side and
That's
just
actually
fall off.
smart.
And then you can go around and vacuum up the little hairball that comes out as a result of it.
Makes sense.
How much is this stupid thing going to cost me, Jaron?
They haven't said yet, probably because
could
of
be a lot.
tariffs. Thanks, Trump.
It's going to be a lot.
But they've released it in Japan already. They're not bringing it to the U.S. until next year.
Next
but-
year?
Next
oh, wow.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. So very interested. If it's under, I don't know, $350, I'll buy it.
It won't be.
It probably won't
money
be,
is
though.
5 more. Like, where did they get off selling a
No.
hair dryer for $400 freaking dollars?
Yeah,
Like,
they
I'll
almost
bet-
got me. They
I'll
almost
bet
got
since
me.
it's only hardwood, hard floors, I'll bet it's about $350. That's what I'm
Yeah.
betting.
Right.
How
If
much?
not,
I bet?
I'll wait till it gets on
I bet
refurbished.
it's $400 or more. I'll take the over for sure.
So you're saying over 400? I'm saying
Over
three-
$350 at least. But yeah, I'm
Which
gonna
is
say
it?
over $400.
I'm guessing
What's
it's
the line
going to
of
be
400?
450.
Over under?
That's my guess.
You think it's
450.
gonna be under 4?
450 is what you're thinking, Jaron?
Well, yeah, with tariffs and crap.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Pricing isn't the same like it used to be. Yeah, let me
Yay, inflation.
just say though, I have a Dyson V10 Animal and a Dyson V11 Max. Best vacuums I've ever
Oh, I
owned.
love
Yeah.
my vacuums.
the convenience of it, the suction,
Disagree.
Uh-huh.
everything.
Here's the thing. I want my vacuum to be in maximum suck mode every single time. I press the damn
Well,
button
then you
5 times.
don't. Let me tell you, then you don't want any vacuum that runs on a battery. You want a corded vacuum.
I don't care about battery life. I'm fine with it only lasting 10 minutes. I want it on maximum suck mode every time. The fact that it won't remember what I pick every
There's
single
a
time drives me
physical
insane.
There's a physical switch.
Which one do you
no,
have?
there's
the
not.
the
Yes, there
V10
is.
has.
I don't have the V10. I think it's an 8 or 9.
The 8 has a physical switch too.
yeah.
Mine
There's
doesn't
no
have a
9.
physical switch. Mine has a button on the end. You have to press it, and it goes in eco mode first, then it goes in medium mode, then it goes to high power mode, and then super suck mode.
Oh,
Are you
that's
sure you
the
have a
V-
Dyson?
That's the V11 and
I
higher.
will grab it right
has the
now and
button.
show you if I must.
All right, go do that.
Don't do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Lando. I
Because
wanna
the
see.
V11 has the button. And
not-
it
I-
uses
no,
those
if
If
you're
it were
words.
up to me, I would
I
not
don't-
give Dyson
I don't
another
care.
single cent of my money.
Let's go find it. Go find it on a Japanese site, and we'll just do a conversion. Figure that out right now.
Yeah, but then it won't be the same because of tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Add
just
on
add 20.
150%, we'll be fine.
Yeah, add on whatever the.
It changes every day. How are you supposed to know?
Fair point, Tony. Fair
Good
point.
point. You know what? That's a good
All
point.
right, all right. Let's roll through. Enough talking about shafts. Let us talk a little bit about an interesting
The
story
Japanese
here.
price is about $600 USD.
Ooh,
Told you.
glad I didn't take that
Yeah,
bet.
59,000 yen.
I found this story perusing, not really perusing, because perusing, if you don't know, means actually to scrutinize closely. In reality, it's been used wrong for a long time now. I was browsing WCC.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about the English language.
Yeah,
it
it
evolves.
evolves.
So perusing,
It's
it's
both.
whatever
It can
we
mean
want it to be,
both now.
right?
I don't like that. Anyway,
We know
don't
you don't
like
scrutinize
that.
things closely. That's why you own a Dyson. It's fine.
oh man, best vacuum I've ever had.
me too.
Yep. 100%.
All right. In the port of Houston, they U.S. Customs, I don't think it was a sting, but it was just they had some suspicion about a chunk of goods entering the country, and they went and started to inspect it and found they were counterfeit chargers and cables for Apple devices that totaled an estimate of $7 million worth of counterfeit cables and chargers.
Holy shamoly.
Now think about that. Your average charger and cable is $10 to $20 a piece. So we're talking about like shipping containers full of counterfeit
Apple chargers?
Apple
Are
chargers.
these the ones they sell in gas stations for super cheap?
No, they
Did they just rip the logo off because they've been manufactured in China?
they basically just put the fake logo on, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe this was one of those white label things where the companies in China, to get around tariffs, are like, look, if you don't want something with the brand on it, we still
Well,
manufacture it.
that's-
Same parts, same everything, but it just doesn't have the logo.
And that's the thing is these were being smuggled in through the port. So it's
Yeah.
double. It's counterfeit and they were trying to get around the
Past the tariffs.
the
Of
tariffs
course.
and the duties
That makes sense.
by smuggling
Duties.
it in. Duty. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, my brain can't even fathom what $7 million worth of chargers and cables looks like. That's got to be just stacks and stacks and stacks. Crazy.
And where are they selling them if they're all counterfeit? Like,
Gas stations, like you said. Who knows?
there.
Oh, these are all those shops. They're just any shop that'll take them. They just go down the street. You want some chargers?
Yeah.
They
If
got
they're
a-
Anyway.
20 buck- if they're $20 a piece, that's 350,000 of them.
Oh my god.
But they're way cheaper than that. If they're counterfeits from China,
Well,
they're probably like
no,
$1
20
a
would be what the
piece.
consumer paid.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
At the gas station, you see those for like 12, 15 bucks.
So, anyway, crazy stuff. All right. This looks like sad news, Lando, and I don't know if I want to hear it. No more Arc browser?
Yeah, it is sad news. So
Hey,
the browser
you
company
stole
the-
this
the-
from me.
I did steal it from you.
Ah.
I actually had this to bring to the show, but you just beat me in the show notes. And I said, nope, this one's mine.
Yeah, because I
I'll
do
talk
show
about
notes,
our-
unlike you.
Oh,
I don't know what to say to
Go
that.
ahead.
there's a new
I'm
one.
gonna
There's
keep
a new
going.
one to take.
You have plenty of stories, dude. You have like 5.
I'm going to allow this. Continue,
Thank you.
Lando.
Thank you. So yeah, I came across my feed today. The founder of the company wrote a big long essay about how they're moving away from Arc, and there's lots of different reasons to it, but it boils down to steep learning curve, and it didn't take off quite like they were expecting it to. But there is good news. They're shifting away from Arc to a new product called Dia. It's called Dia. That's how you pronounce it. DIA. It's going to be a AI first browser.
I'm out.
Out.
Sorry. I just don't
So,
care.
I'm gonna-
so one of my
Hold on,
buddies
stop,
that
stop. Let me get to there. So here's the
Continue.
thing. I have my doubts and my concerns as well. Sorry, Owen. I apologize.
no, it's okay.
I'm like, what is this thing they're trying to do? So here's what it is. So their whole idea is AI first. And what they mean by that is they're saying, okay, how can we reinvent the experience of a browser? So they have a few
Oh.
demos they showed.
Didn't
in
they already
their-
do that?
Which is Arc's whole thing in the first place,
yeah.
right?
Kind
they're,
of,
They're trying to
kind
reinvent
of.
the reinvention.
So the
Little
demos in the
rebrand.
video that I watched showed, one, they're like, okay, how can we interact with this? First off, the AI has memory. This is the part that's concerning to me. They claim it's all private, claim it's all local, all that kind of stuff. So
Stays
like
on the
remember
machine.
you and what you do over time. But not only that, it has access to all your browser tabs, right? So one of the examples they showed was, I have 6 Amazon carts or Amazon tabs open. I email these all to a friend. Hey, Arc, do the thing and email all these links to a friend. Done, and it'll just do all that for you.
And it's not
Um,
keeping the Arc name, is it? It's
And
getting
no,
a-
it's
yeah.
Dia.
DIA.
Dia,
DIA
Dia-
is what it is.
Dead
Dia.
on arrival. Oh, it's close.
Dia, delete all my
They-
porn history
It is.
and
It
then
is.
kill yourself.
It is. Right now, it is very, very early. They have not done a lot. They've not done a lot with this thing yet. It's an alpha. Arc's not going away anytime soon. They're just not going to keep building on it like they have been. One of the other demos they showed is like the cursor, like it's everywhere. They're like, how can we reinvent the cursor and the experience around the cursor? So basically, you can just click on the cursor, the insertion point, and it's like it'll pop up and say, what do you want to do? So the demo showed like, hey, in this year, Apple unveiled the iPhone. And then it's like, oh, what year was that? Typically, you'd have to go like to Google, search the year, put it in, you just click the cursor and say, finish a sentence for me. And the demo showed, oh, Apple invented the iPhone year 2007, blah, 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 blah. So stuff like that it can do, which I thought was interesting.
I still
we'll
don't think-
see.
I just don't know if we're past the point where hallucinations.
Oh, we're
are,
definitely
you know,
not
where
yet.
it's not where it's providing you facts. They're making the facts easier, but they're not verifying that the facts are the facts yet.
So the
You
other
know?
thing it can do, which I'm not sure if this alleviates your concern or makes it worse, probably worse, is it will do what they call browse for you. So they let the AI take control of your mouse and click around links for you. So they're like, the demo they showed was, hey, we got a commercial shoot tomorrow, and we need to email our crew all of their call times and what they're going to be doing that day. And so they use this AI automation, so to speak, to say, hey, for every person on this photo shoot, based on this spreadsheet in Google Docs, go and write a customized email to each one of them, give them all their call times, go and do it. And like the mouse moves around and bloop, 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 does it all for them. So it's like all these tedious tasks you've done in the past, AI can just do for you now. And because it has access to all of your browser, including all of your tabs, and can click around for you, you can just interact with it like it's a person, and it can help you perform those tedious tasks.
You know
Guess
what I love
what's
is
guess what's going to be banned in corporate environments?
Yeah.
The
This
DIA browser.
Let me tell you this. You
thoughts
take
as
this
well.
and put the context or juxtapose this between what this app is trying to do and what Firefox is trying to do, right? Like two totally opposite ends of the spectrum. This DIA is trying to open everything up, be AI, be doing stuff for you, trust me, and Firefox is like, do it all yourself. Manage your own certificates. Create DNS, SSL DNS, and or whatever they call that now. But
I have a quote I want to share. Scott Forstall, he used to be at Apple. He was in charge of like iOS and stuff back in the day. He's like one of the investors in the browser company. And here's a quote. Early on, Scott Forstall told us, I can't read, Arc felt like a saxophone. Powerful, but hard to learn.
Yep.
Then he challenged us, make it a piano, something anyone could sit down at and play. This is now the idea behind DIA, hide complexity behind familiar interfaces. Has anyone learned the piano and or a woodwind instrument like a saxophone?
they're not easy.
I don't think either of them are easy.
No, a saxophone's much easier than a piano.
Is it really?
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
The notes, the scale and the notes, half.
One note at a time
Yeah.
versus the entire 88
That's
keys
fair.
using
That's a fair point.
like
So-
10 fingers. Like
That's funny.
I learned the clarinet. I know how to play piano. Like this analogy makes no sense.
So
It's a bad
so
analogy.
I have a buddy when Arc was really popular and we were still handing out invite codes, right? Remember that back when
Yeah.
it first launched? So a buddy of mine got one of my invite codes and he has loved Arc. And he just heard this. He had heard this news that came out, and he's like, Arc browser's out, and so he pointed me to this new one called Zen browser, and you guys should go look up the Zen. It's HTTPS zen-browser.app. It's like, welcome to a calmer internet, beautifully designed, privacy focused, and packed with features. And he
Yeah,
freaking
looks
loves
like
it.
Arc.
There was
But
a
but anyway, apparently this is the new Arc Zen browser. So if you really did like
I'll have
Arc,
to check it out.
if you really did like Arc, go check out Zen browser. I don't know if I'm
So-
ready to do Dia and go full
Here's-
AI.
Well, it's
and
not
I'm
even
gonna
out
give
yet.
you my feelings on Dia.
It's
There's
not
part
out
of me
yet?
that's like, this could be freaking awesome, right? Using AI, because
download
like
at the
right now,
top.
using AI to do tedious tasks is like my jam. It's like my main use case for AI, and if I could get any more power out of that, I'm in. It's my jam. I love it. But the security-minded focus of me and like the corporate-minded focus of me is like,
yeah.
So what happens with this AI on there if you clear your browser history? Say you clear all your cache. Does the AI start from scratch, learning your habits and learning
Or
your?
Does it?
I
not?
don't know.
Because
AI
if it doesn't
AI
clear it
is
out,
just-
then it's not. If it doesn't clear out the AI's memory as well, you're actually not clearing out your browser.
it's a
Yeah.
fair point. I bet there's a way to turn out the memory. So they in the video on their website, which is the only thing on their website right now, is part of their infrastructure. So part of their secret sauce is they've built a whole like foundational prototyping layer that you can then build upon. So they can use designers and things to quickly prototype features without having to touch the C++ or C# code or whatever it is. So they spend a lot of time investing in that bottom layer and then building chunks on top of it. And one of those chunks is the memory layer, and what was the other ones? Like the LLM layer, and like a whole bunch of different. Like it was an interesting architecture. You should go watch
Yeah.
the video.
I would
I'm doing
would
this
love
off
it.
memory at this point.
Yeah, and I would actually like it if you could build your own custom macros like that and then add some sort of AI activation where you could say, like a voice command says, hey, go check my emails for me and pull out anything that's coming from
Yep.
anybody in XYZ lists. I mean, I know that puts overhead on you to add that data in, but I would be up for a browser that maybe added
Yeah, 'cause
more.
one of the points they made
that.
was AI is great, but the way we've added it everywhere is just buttons. It's just a button everywhere, right? Every app that's added AI is just like
Passive.
oh,
They
do
want-
AI
they want-
things, and it's just
They want
a
it to
button.
be passive and yeah.
They're trying to get it deeper than just a button. So
We'll
see how this plays out.
Do you trust this company though? Like, as a consumer, people went all
Here's-
in on Arc, and then suddenly, we're
Here's-
closing it down with
I
no
will,
warning
I will
at all.
answer your question with a story. So right now, if you are a student, it's been open for you to test with for a while now. And if you're an ARC user, you can now just barely opt into their alpha testing or whatever.
But Dia, is
I-
it anywhere close to what Arc was?
I have downloaded the application. I have not yet dared install it. So that tells you everything you need to know about
You're
where
like, I
I'm at.
want it. I'm curious, but I'm gonna have to spin up a VM for this.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
Get a
Just-
get a
I wanna
machine
know
you don't
more
care
about
about.
Sandbox it.
security, especially.
Sandbox that action.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. I guess we'll keep an eye on that, or
So my
just
other-
move to Zen browser.
My other story is AI too, Tony, if you care.
I don't. All right.
Okay.
Just
Sounds
kidding.
good.
Just kidding. We'll get to it though. We'll get to
That's
it though.
fine. That's fine, Tony. I just want to let you know.
We got a couple of printer stories here. We'll lead off with this one that Squinky found. It's about how printers basically have their own fingerprints.
The headline offers much more promise than the actual story itself.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those.
So the opening paragraph says researchers have developed an AI-driven system which can pinpoint, quote, the specific machine, unquote, following an inspection of 3D printed parts it has produced.
So
Okay.
is it referring to machine as in the individual unit or the model?
No, the actual unit.
Oh, wow.
So
Like barrel scars on a bullet, right? Like
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gotta have some unique
So-
patterning.
So the story goes on and says some things, but it gets down and it says only a photograph of a part printed by a certain 3D printer is needed to verify its, quote, unique signature or fingerprint. We are still amazed that this works. We can print the same part design on two identical machines, same model, same process settings, same material, and each machine leaves unique fingerprints the AI model can trace back to the machine. So when I read that, I thought, well, first thing is the gun thing, right? That's the first
Right.
thing I thought
3D
is,
printed guns.
is
yeah.
if you shoot your Glock and then you take the barrel out of the Glock and throw it over the bridge and put a new barrel in, they're not going to be able to trace it, right? Well, anybody who has a 3D printer understands how frequently nozzle changes occur, right?
True.
So as soon as you change that nozzle, even though you're using the same machine, because you've modified it by changing nozzles, it's not the same machine anymore.
Oh,
and-
so it's got to
and
be
pe-
detecting something other,
And
some other thing.
people frequently change nozzles.
No,
as
and what he's saying is it doesn't work if you change
That's what I'm
the
doesn't
saying.
work.
It's got to be something else besides nozzle.
Well,
No,
no,
it throws the whole thing out.
Yeah.
It makes it null and void.
Are they
so-
saying that it's only tracked by nozzle? Is that what the AI is?
No,
saying?
but it's a different. It's a
That's
different.
where
Yeah.
the plastic's laid down by. So if you change
Yeah.
your nozzle, it's not going to do the same thing as the previous nozzle.
Right.
Right.
So then you get a little bit further in the story, and here's how they set it up. In tests, smartphone photographs of 9,192 parts made on 21 3D printing machines from 6 companies with 4 different processes could be fingerprinted with 98% accuracy from just 1 square millimeter of the part surface.
Wow.
Well, first off, Bamboo Labs alone, just to pick somebody, sells 1 million machines a year. And they're basing it on 21 machines. So it's a wildly small sample size.
Right.
So that's the first thing. And then, sorry about that. So then it gets down, and the deeper you read into it, the less probable it is that they're going to be able to actually look at a machine. First off, you'd have to print something from each machine in the world.
Yeah, you'd have to have a
Okay.
what do you call it, like a watermark or whatever,
Yeah. You'd have to have a
a,
sample.
a
that it-
baseline, a sample
that
baseline.
you could
Yeah.
compare it against. And every time you swap a nozzle, that would change.
Right.
Every time you swap extruder gears, it's going to change because the pressure is going to change a little bit.
Yep.
So the more you understand how 3D printing works, the more the headline sounds bogus, and as you read it, you find out it's a very small sample size, and that it may work at 98% on these 21 machines, but it's not
Right.
necessarily what they're claiming it is, right? So you read the whole thing, and it's just kind of weird that that they would go out on a limb and make that kind of claim.
Right. They'd have to require you to give some sort of sample to add your own device to the sample. And then, like you said, after you change parts,
So
what's it
and one
checking?
of the,
Vibration of the table? Like what else, what other fingerprint can it be taking other
So
than
there's-
nozzle spray?
It
Yeah,
can. It needs
so-
everything to be exactly the same
Yeah,
for
right.
the fingerprint to stay the same.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you know why they're making these claims. They're researchers. They're trying to get funding.
yes,
I'm
100%.
And there's a
Yeah.
bunch of hype out there about printing plastic guns, right? Like
Exactly. So it's to ensure that people or companies who are manufacturing things are sticking to within the rules about the laws about printing guns and whatever else gets legislated. But that's assuming, of course, that once again, let's say ABC company starts printing gun parts. Well, if they change nozzles on their printers, because they're going to have a print farm of 50 or 100 machines, and each one of them is going to be different. And as you maintain the machines and change the hardware on the machines, all that's going to go away. So they're trying to put a story out that says you can do this, but the more you know about it, the less likely it is that what they're saying can actually be carried forward in any actionable way.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So
All right. Anyway,
Jared
There
Pause.
was the Jared pause from Tony.
I was trying to think about a segue into this.
My
and now,
story's about printing videos.
and now a story about a cool printer, or now a cool printer story. I don't think we've talked about this yet, and I couldn't figure out why, so I brought it up here. It's called the Eufimake E1 UV printer.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
I watched a 35-minute video by Adam Savage's YouTube channel about this thing, and
That's where I saw it.
it is the bee's knees. So it takes anything pretty much and can print UV resin on whatever you put in there, layer by layer, and cure it in whatever color you want as well. And basically you can print you can print anything. Like, it's crazy. I mean, it only goes 5 millimeters high, but a lot of the examples they used was like, you can print on a canvas, on a stretched canvas, and print a painting, and the painting will actually have the texture of the brush
Oh, sweet.
on it.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you can print on another example they used. I should actually link to the Adam Savage video, not this.
Yeah.
Not this. I mean, this is a pretty cool article too on Hackaday.com.
Will this make counterfeit art
but-
that much easier?
I mean, you'll still be able to tell it was printed if you get up close with like a magnifying glass or whatever.
Ah,
but
boo.
anyway, it's pretty cool. So one of the other things they did on the Adam Savage video that I really liked is, if you take on Star Trek: The Next Generation, they have all of those panels in the engineering room and on the bridge that have like the diagrams of the ship or the
Yeah.
buttons and everything like that. So it showed them taking a clear acrylic panel, plopping it in there, and it prints upside down on this clear acrylic panel. So you then take it when it's done and hold it up, and it looks just like something out of Star Trek: The Next Generation that's
cool.
on the wall, like their monitors and their interfaces. And if you wanted to, you could put a light source behind it or something and have it shine through. Stuff like that. It is just super, super cool. The other thing that's cool too is it can print non-flat objects as well. There's an attachment you can get for it where you put it in what's kind of like a what's that thing called when you spin something and then carve it as it spins?
Like a lathe?
Lathe. Yes, it's like a lathe attachment, and it rotates the item as it's being printed on, so you can print on like water bottles, like the Yeti water bottles or mugs or anything. You can just print whatever you want. And the resolution is super high. So you could just like make all kinds of really cool stuff with this. Now, that being said, it's a Kickstarter right now. It's from Eufy, which Eufy's been around the block many, many times with Kickstarter stuff. It's gonna deliver, and they've already sent tons of units out to reviewers. And Eufy is a part of Anchor, so big company. But the discounted price on this through Kickstarter is $1,700.
Yikes.
It's on the pricey
But-
side.
But that's some pretty cool
But
tech.
exactly what you can do with this, I think it warrants the price, especially based on the videos I've seen of it and everything. If that's something that you're interested in, or you want to make like an Etsy shop, or like farmers market stuff, or even just have the ability to make cool custom stuff for your friends and family, if you've got the cash to throw down, pretty freaking cool. So they've already raised $27 million on this Kickstarter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
So the interest is very high for this. And I asked my wife if we should get it, hoping she would say no. And her response was, "Hey, that's really cool. Yeah, we probably should." Well, dang it.
Mission accomplished, Tony.
Now I got to maybe think about getting this, because it does look rad as hell. You can print
Did you
print
Kickstart
on
it?
keycaps. So
Just imagine if you were like if you had a booth at like a craft fair, you could custom make stuff on the spot.
yeah, that's the thing, because it cures as well on the spot.
Yeah.
And when you combine this with a 3D printer, so you could print something cool and then layer the cool paint on top of it, possibilities are pretty
Yeah,
endless.
like you would only need one filament. You wouldn't need
Yeah,
multicolored-
exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it comes with its own software that is pretty slick, according to the video I watched. So you can, speaking of 3D printers, you can take a 3D printed model, like an STL file, import it into this program, and layer it, like make it flat, basically, so you can print a what is it called when you print a picture that's got layers and you shine a light through it?
Lithophane?
Yeah, kind of like a lithopane, lithograph, whatever, but backwards, so it builds up on it instead of going into it. Anyway, really, really cool. Check it out. I might back this. I don't know. It's pretty
When
rad.
does it ship?
That is a fine question. Let me check this Kickstarter here. In the meantime, let's hit that AI, the other AI story you had there, Lando.
This one's pretty cool. So recently, Google announced something called VO3. This is their new video generation AI tool. I have been inundated, and let me emphasize that, inundated with AI video content lately on Instagram and TikTok. Like, it is absolutely insane. And not only that, but like my headline here I put is VO3 is too good. Some of these commercials, some of these things that are going around out there, upon first pass, fooled me.
Oh.
There's a whole meme right now around the video going like, "We're prompts. Everyone's a prompt." Wait, are we all prompts? Because that's how good it is. It's just the video, or the video making fun of the fact that the video is a prompt. Get it? Huh? Yeah. So Tony, if you could go pull this up real quick and share some audio. I know there's videos, but I think the audio is worth listening to. There's one. It's number on their list of videos. I should have warned you that we're going to do this. I apologize.
Yeah, thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
July,
go.
by the way, is when the Eufy maker ships. So,
That's not bad. You
Just a
should
couple
back
months.
that, man.
Jaron, you're not helping.
Number 4, please.
Didn't say I was.
Yeah, we all need a guy with a resin printer, bud.
If you could bring this up and share it on the screen, and you can play it, so that I think it'll work for both video and audio listeners of the show.
Where did you put it?
It's in my show notes.
Oh, it's in the show notes.
Oh my gosh.
So
Judas
is it
Priest, like you don't know how we do the show, Tony.
So is it
we put things in the show notes.
Is it in the show notes? I'm just not used to you adding to there, so I didn't think. Look,
That's a fair point. That's a
Yeah.
fair point, and I will
Valid.
take that criticism. But it's there. It's the link that's there.
all right. You want number 4? You said.
Number 4, please. If you could share the video so people could watch it and see it.
Hang on a sec. Holy cow! This is like a whole minute long.
What?
We don't have that kind of attention span.
Well, you just watch a minute of it.
That's all it is. A
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. That was
right.
why it was a.
I get it. I get it. Share screen. Here we go. Here we
my
go.
humor is too good for you guys.
We're gonna. I don't know about that.
Because I want to get your guys' reactions on the video, but also the audio.
Okay.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
This is the best one. Flunk.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Guy looks like Michael Rooker.
Right.
Jeez.
So here's the thing: is like those videos. Like if you played that video without audio, pretty convincing, right? But the audio, the cadence is like
The cadence is goofy.
Unsettling.
So here's
unsettling.
for me, because I have a weird habit of staring at mouths when they talk on screen. And so as a result, as a side note, I'm very, very sensitive to if
The
the
uncanny
sound
valley.
is off
Yeah.
when someone's talking on the screen. But yes, the AI still hasn't managed to get talking down quite right.
But there's some other examples that are even better. Pull it back up for a second. There's one more. This one's like
Are you kidding me?
through 8
This is their
seconds at
new.
most.
This is their new model, right? This
Yes,
because
this
this
is
just came out.
VO3.
It's pretty cool.
Which
this
which
is-
one?
Number 7, please.
Gary.
So the prompt for this one is a man doing a stand-up comedy in a small venue that tells a joke. Include the joke in dialogue.
So I went to the zoo the other day, and all they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Her. Okay, that one looked better, actually, yeah.
And the audio was better. Like if you saw that on an Instagram feed or somewhere, and you were
Oh, yeah.
did not know that was AI.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one to...
Like we're
To
hurtling
know.
towards the point where nothing can be trusted at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
we thought that it was okay. We're like, oh, watch out, like misinformation during voting season, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
freaking
like the tech
entity from
com-
Mission Impossible.
It is.
Well, and then you combine it with the fact that our current president says all kinds of crazy things anyway,
yeah.
and it's just like...
Truth is non-existent
So what?
anymore. Nothing is
What's
nothing is
real?
real. Nothing is real.
Yeah.
It's gonna
No, that-
force everybody. One day the internet's just gonna have to shut down, and people are just gonna have to go outside and start blinking and finding out facts.
I don't like
again.
that.
They're just gonna have to be like,
Outside?
they're gonna go, oh, that's a dandelion. That's not what the internet showed me, right? We're just
So
gonna
Tony,
have
one
to
more.
go
We're
out
gonna
and
do one more,
relearn.
Tony.
Dude.
Sorry, we do one more. Number 9, real quick. Then we'll be done. I just want to get the panel's reaction, then we'll move on.
Where's it? There it
You
is.
shouldn't have closed it.
You should tell me we're going to do more. Number 9,
Number 9.
Fortnite streamer.
We'll get this.
Oh,
It's crazy.
Jeez.
Oh
It's generating Fortnite gameplay.
Yes. Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe.
Nah, his mouth looked really weird when he talked. That one
It
wasn't
did,
very
but the
good.
fact that it's
Freaking
generating content
Fortnite
inside.
gameplay.
Wait,
Yep.
it didn't pull that from the internet? It made the Fortnite gameplay too?
Yeah, all these are 1,000% AI generated.
Okay, that's crazy. I'm going to close it now.
You can close it. No
I-
more.
I might be. I might turn into a Twitch streamer then. Like if all I have to do is be a prompt engineer.
No,
Maybe
like,
I'm a
maybe-
I'm a really good Halo player now.
Maybe Tom
Then-
Cruise will continue to be the last movie star. Yeah, if he
Oh.
licenses his likeness to something like
Can
this.
you imagine if he sold his likeness to AI?
Yeah, I saw.
Oh.
I
Bruce
saw a
Willis already
video-
did, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I saw an AI-generated video about the future of movies, and it showed a guy buying a ticket for a movie, and he said, "Okay, I want to go to the movies. Can I get a ticket?" Then the guy's like, "Do you want the AI video or the organic video?" Well, what's the difference? Well, organics are all actors, right? It's going to cost you $1,000 per ticket. The AI, $5, no big deal. You know what I'm saying?
That.
That's like quickly. That's where we're heading. It feels like. Yeah, gross. Gross is right, but there's a world in which, I mean, I bet you money right now. If you gave James $1,000 and a license to the VO3, he 1,000% could make a feature-length film that would be pretty okay.
That's great.
That sounds like
At
a
least good
challenge.
enough to go on Netflix. Right?
Anyway, I'm done now. That's all.
Wow.
It was interesting to talk about.
You mean
Thank
at least
you
good
for
enough
the-
to go on Amazon?
Yeah.
Thank you for the discussion.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
They'll
they
put
greenlit Wheel of Time, right? For 3
They'll do it.
seasons.
They'll do anything.
And they canceled it.
They'll put any trash up
Rightfully
there.
so.
It's good enough for Tubi.
Oh, there you go.
Heyo.
All right. I think that's enough for today. I think we're done. Thanks for making it to the end, dear listener. But before we go, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers. And to explain that action, we have Lando.
And this week, I want to give an extra big shout out. You know, we give you a shout out every week, but this week's an extra special week, right? We had a 6 sub goal for the past few weeks. We have now hit that goal. We were getting extra special Owen bonus content thanks to you, dear listener. Thanks to you. We appreciate you and all that you do. We appreciate you supporting us. Again, it is not necessary. It's not required, but it is always appreciated. Real quick, for $1, you get access to the in-between. So this week, if you want to hear Owen's extra content and not miss out on that content, $1, 1 month. That's it. That's all it's going to cost you.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I wish you would stay around for more than a month.
You also get access to both shows early, ad-free, on your own special RSS feed from Patreon. It's awesome. You also get access to the super secret Discord channel where all the good things happen. Extra bonus there. It is one of the only things on my phone that actually pings my phone directly. One of the only things. It's like 5 things, and that's one of the 5. So if you want access to ping my phone, super secret Discord is where it is at.
If that doesn't interest you, you can also change your notifications so it doesn't notify you when Lando posts.
Ooh,
but it does
that's
when anyone
true.
else does.
That's fair.
You know
You
what?
could do that.
You could do that.
That's fair. Yeah, so that's the $1 tier level. For $6 or more, you get an extra special shout out on the air where we read out your name, which is great. You know, it's an extra way for us to say thank you for giving us even more money. But the real bonus is it's your ability to get Jaren's lips to move in any way that you want them to. So right now, Jaren is going to pull up. I'm not sure what Jaren's doing, so I'm going to try
Unless
and
there's
vamp
a
here for
swear.
some time.
He draws the line at a swear.
He draws the line at a
Yeah.
swear.
He does.
Find
but we
him
love
boundaries.
him anyway.
That's what we do.
Maybe I'll start taking those on. Jaren, have I vamped for you long enough, or should I vamp some more? His mic's still muted. I
You're
don't
muted, bro.
Oh, because I was coughing.
Yeah.
know. Perfect. So, Jaren, say the things that our listeners want you to say now.
Thank you to David Broshinsky, Interrupting Cow, Aaron Faulkner, Connor Keesaw, and Chancho. When you are a man, sometimes you wear stretchy pants in your room. It's for fun.
It's for fun.
It's for fun.
Ben, Trash King Jones. They are our extra special tier. Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth Dimension Craft on Instagram for all your laser engraving needs. Sorry, I read Patreon names like AI sex bot.
Boom. Roasted.
Got
Wait a
him.
minute.
Hit the
Wait
button.
a minute. I got a thing for that.
Got him! Got him!
Jason Eatman. A turd in the hand is worse than 2 tossed in the bush. Andy Bird, be the 8-year-old. I'm here for content, not a nice, tight pod.
I mean,
Well,
Tide Pods are good,
disappointment
too.
then.
I'm here for content, not a nice, tight pod.
I think Lando coined that term. They want a nice tight pod. High and tight.
Oh, that's right, because Lando wants shorter episodes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But the
okay.
listeners
Very
demand more
unpopular.
content.
Very unpopular with the people.
Very important.
I'm just here for Owen's stories. That's right. It's coming pretty soon.
Oh, boy.
Windows
I love
Gaming.
that person so much.
Windows Gaming is for the lazy Linux gamers unite. Kyle, Rick and Morty Season 8, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry
Haven't started
Arimasu. Tony, the Excel and Power Apps nerd. Pyman Graphics, purveyor of fine geeky stickers. Curse Gengar 94. Keslo, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz. The in-between rating, 200. He doesn't say plus or minus, just 200. Not sure.
Absolute
DP,
value.
To the power of 200.
I want to get stuck in Lang's beard.
Stop it.
Wesley, Jensen Wong's gonna break your legs if you don't talk more about fake frames.
He's coming for you.
Did
Tony.
he spell Jensen's last name wrong, or did you say it
Wong's.
wrong?
It says Wong's,
Oh, okay.
not Huang.
Okay.
Stuart Lloyd, anyone who is capable of getting themselves made president should on no account be allowed to do the job. And finally, yes, Owen, we do care. Sorry, not sorry, Owen. He's not the last anymore.
Whoa. All right. Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome. Squink, thanks for dropping by. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. And we will see you in the in-between, oh boy, or in arcade. But until then, I need to push the button. Until then, Lando, take us out.
Dear Patreon subs, we love you, and we don't think you're end users at all. Be an end user.